Hello dear students, good morning. Today we are going to study Ecology 2. In this connection, this is my lecture number 11, and in this lecture I'll discuss for you grassland ecosystem and other ecosystems of the world. So this is grassland ecosystem. What is a grassland ecosystem? A grassland ecosystem or ecosystems are the areas where the vegetation is dominated by grasses, but some sage and rush, clover, legume plants and other herbs can also be found partially. Grasslands are found on all continents except Antarctica. The grassland of the North America are called prairies, which are of two types: tall and short grasses prairies. In these prairies, fire maintains grassland by killing trees and shrubs by burning, which recover after disturbances by and controlling factors. As grasslands die every year after primary production, leading to the fertility of the soil. Yes, fertility of the soil. So we see that most of these fertile grasslands are being exploited for agricultural purposes, and very less prairies tract are left to support a large population of indigenous herbivores like bisons and arthropods of the areas. This is a very dismal and lamenting situations which human beings are doing by exploitation of these most important grasslands, which are vitally important for the area and for the whole globe as a whole. So this is the fourth slide, in which we see a very beautiful picture of the grassland with a very serene environment, sky and landscape. In this slide we see that solar energy is the sole source of energy in the world. Photosynthesis and producer plants are producing, and food chain is connected with these producers. We see over here that carnivores, herbivores, grass-eating rabbits, and carnivores, jackals, meat-eating, and decomposers and saprophytes are seen. And at the same time you are seeing that carbon dioxide is emitted by automobiles on the road. So this again we see that we human beings, Homo sapiens, had our beginnings in the savanna. Savanna is a large stretch of grassland with a few trees. Savanna of African continent is a good examples, and grasslands of Africa. So we had used the resources of these savanna and grassland in the remote age of prehistoric and historic geological past, in the beginning of the human race emergence or genesis of human civilization in the beginning at primitive time, time of immemorial. Now in this slide we see an African savanna food web. This is very complex interconnected food chain of different types. Here we see that so many food chains, right from beginning of the small or large carnivores, herbivores, and interconnected carnivores. Here are chief animals or characters of these biotic factors. You see zebra, wildebeest, bison-like, and among running birds, ostrich and giraffe and secretary birds, elephant even are shown here, just in this slide of African savanna, which is in action, and interplay of different food change in a food web to continue the operation and business of life perpetually. Now we see what is a desert ecosystem. Well, students, you see, deserts are situated around the world between the latitude of 30° north and 30° south as well. Most driest of all terrestrial biomes, with a rainfall of less than 20 or 30 centimeter per year, and unpredictable precipitations in these ecosystem of deserts. Some deserts are very hot with a temperature above 60 degrees centigrade. However, some cold deserts also exist in the world. Atacama and Sahara in Chile and Africa and part of Central Asia are the driest deserts with a rainfall of 2 centimeter per year. Yes. Now we see in this a very beautiful slide desert system, ecosystem, very solitary place, and some camels are being carried by Arabs or maybe desert people, and there and here are small shrubs and what you call dunes of the sands, and it is daytime, so there is no active animals which have just taken shelter under the dunes, under the sand of the dunes, and under small herb and shrubs, even under stone, and so many sheltering place. And as the day breaks and scorching heat of the sun cools down, these animals will come out and will start their business of eating and being eaten, business of food chain and food web, which will be carried out up to the dusk and that whole night, and then at the dawn, early dawn, and then when the sun will again come, the business of life will be just closed, and shelter will be taken by the animals. Student, you see, deserts animal fauna are rodents, ants, birds, etc., and lizards and snakes are the among very active predators. Flora of these deserts are cacti, succulents, succulent plants and shrubs, etc. Most desert animals also exhibit physiological adaptation to their arid environment. For example, mice never drink water, as they use metabolic water produced during metabolism of the seeds they eat or any other small insects they eat. That is the beauty of what you call physiological adaptations by these small mammals, mice and other rodents. Now we see a very different type of ecosystems. The pronunciation of this word chaparral, American or British pronunciations, I'm not sure what should be the correct pronunciation. Anyhow, this is a noun, we pronounce it is chaparral. Ecosystem is a coastal biome. Yes, it is a coastal biome found a little bit in most of the continents. For example, South America and Mediterranean belt, with hot dry summers and mild rainy winters. It receives about 38 to 100 centimeter rainfall, that is 15 to 39 inches of precipitations. Yes, Temperature fluctuate between 13 to 23 degrees centigrades. This ecosystem is most vulnerable to fire in the late summer and winter. Chaparral ecosystems are of many different types, consist of many different types of terrains, for example, flat plains, rocky hills, and mountain slopes, etc. Importance: provide soil or erosion protections, habitat for the plants and animals, and recreation purposes, etc. Now this chaparral or chaparrals just ecosystem, you see how just heterogeneous type of shrubs and herbs and spiny bushes are over here, with no tall trees or big trees. So this ecosystem is somehow very much different from other deserts and forest ecosystem of the world. Need not to discuss it in details. Fauna and flora of these ecosystems are tangle shrubs with spiny waxy leaves, spiny bushes, small trees. Among animals, insects, rodents and rabbits, lizards, snakes and mule deer are chief examples. These are the typical examples of fauna and flora of this ecosystem. Now there must be a home take message. So we see in a synopsis or summary, grassland and desert ecosystem are of paramount importance in the biogeochemical cycles and global food web, with their economic, recreational and aesthetic importance. Dear students, listen and read this lecture loudly if you are alone, so that nobody is disturbed time and again to prepare for your exam. Nothing is like good preparation and with diligence and hard work.